Oh my God! Can you believe this thing we got dealing with on our beach, Tony? They brought a robot. A robot, Tony.
A robot. We definitely don't have a good track record with the robots
Nah,
here on
man.
Survivor.
He's
Um,
scanning everybody, looking at everybody, and rumor is he was brought by a Finley.
I mean, yeah, the good news with this robot, he's a happy robot. Obviously, you can see he is extremely happy.
Some would say too happy.
There's no such thing. No
Oh
such thing as too happy. Are you sure? There can't be.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Man, Tony, what's up with this new video we got? Are we in a new show? No more Big Brother, Tony?
No more Big Brother, a new season of Survivor. Figure we need a new introduction to Survivor. It kind of fits the area where we are right now. So
Listen, I don't try to play favorites, I enjoyed my time hosting Big Brother. Some very lightweight champions have come out of there for the RDS. But now we're back to the premier show, the show everybody loves, where the real champions come from. Survivor. Don't you agree, Tony?
I do have something to say about that. I think Big
Oh,
Brother has some good champions too.
you think so? Well, I mean, I guess Maddie was pretty good. I don't remember who won that first season, but yeah.
Uh,
What did
Definitely
you?
not Tam. Tam
Whoa.
certainly did not win it.
Who is this lady standing behind you, Tony? Introduce this person.
Oh, this is Sarah Finley. You might remember Sarah Finley from,
Finley.
Gil Finley.
Gil, you've met Gil Finley before?
Yes. Well, I mean, of course, I hosted the show with you,
No,
of
I'm
course.
talking to Sarah. You've met this lady who's standing
Oh,
with us.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. That's my father.
That's your pops. Oh, a big
Yeah.
fan of Gil. Big fan of Gil. So what
I
is
guess
this
I should
about you
introduce
going to be
myself.
overseeing some of what we're doing? The higher ups have sent you down here?
I mean, I watched the show. I watched my dad be on the show, and it seemed like a lot of fun. And I haven't seen him in a little while, so I thought I'd come here and help out, and maybe find something out.
Well,
Sarah, real
apparently.
quick, what do you have to say about this robot?
Oh, you know about this?
Yeah, I built it. It's it's Survivor Bot. It's here to help everybody.
Oh, good.
Okay, at least it's a good robot.
You know your dad
Yeah,
wasn't a big fan of robots, right?
he, yeah.
Okay, well, apparently Sarah's gonna be in the background. She's gonna be helping out this season. Appreciate you. Hope you don't cut into my salary. That's all I care about. But so
Oh,
Tony,
absolutely not.
there was some kind of shenanigans last night. What happened, Tony?
Oh man, well, it may have been a visitor to a certain camp, or maybe not. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. Haha.
Well, apparently this season we got a new dynamic. There is a pirate haunting these waters, and he's similar to Santa. He's got a list, and he's checking that shit twice. And depending on what you do, how you spend your actions, he's gonna be visiting one camp a night. God damn. What do you think about this, Tony?
Oh man, well, I mean, hey, we've talked to Bill. You know, he's a somewhat reasonable for a pirate.
Oh,
He's somewhat reasonable. You know, basically he'll let us film here as long as every once in a while he gets to pillage. You know, I
you
mean,
gotta
hey, that's
pillage.
pretty fair deal if you ask me. I mean, there was some negotiation that took place, and eventually, once he put us in the little like the stocking thing where like your head and your arms go in it, we kind of lost negotiation power there.
That's when you decided to agree to his terms. I told you.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I negotiated for a while, but once that came out,
Oh, you were done. So,
yeah.
what are you thinking? We've been here for this is the second day of Survivor season 3, uh, Tonga. What do you think about our new house? Our new not house guests. Our new castaways. What do you think about these tribes? What's your impressions, Tony?
Oh man, well, you know, hey, we have of course split into generations, so that's gonna lead to some interesting dynamics. Of course, you know, you got the old folks with the old folks and the young folks with the young folks right now, and even by gender. So, you know, probably little to no showmances, maybe potentially.
Well, maybe we got
But
some same-sex showmances, Tony.
I mean, hey, you know, I'm not judging. That's a thing. You know that can
That's I
happen
met
too.
my wife on Survivor, Tony.
That's true. Hey, it's happened before. It can
Oh,
happen again.
it's happened.
I think once the tribes get mixed in a little bit, like come merge potentially, it'll be even more interesting to see
Oh,
the dynamic of all these generations and genders mixed together.
it's gonna be crazy once that happens. All right, Tony. So we got a little challenge on our hands here. I got something to read for the folks at home. In the first stage of this challenge is called Burden and Brains. And in the first stage of it, all 4 tribes will be racing across a series of 3 A-frame structures while carrying coils of rope. How do you think you would do racing over an A-frame with some rope to mastermind?
Oh man, this definitely it's not my challenge, not really. I'd be more on the puzzle side of things here. I'd be
Okay.
much better at that. But you know, I'd hold my weight. I could get over an A-frame, I think.
Okay. Well, so how it's going to work is all 5 members of each tribe are going to have to get over these frame on their own. You cannot advance to the next frame until we get all 5. But when somebody crosses for themselves, they can help somebody else. So what's going to happen is every time we see somebody cross, that person's going to give a +1 modifier to everybody still battling. Oof. Who would have helped you cross? Would Tam have helped you cross this, Tony?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is definitely up his alley.
Okay.
You know, just get me to the puzzle, Tam.
So, um, in this, you're going to see right here, this box that I'm highlighting. This is the intangible mod. And so, how this is going to work in this season is when you have because we have what's called a leadership bonus. When we have a situation in which people are acting as individuals within a group, we have put all the intangibles for that tribe together. So there were 2 options of how I could have done it. I could have just given the leadership bonus to everybody on the tribe, but to me that seemed like 5 times the impact of one bonus. That seemed a little unfair to the other people. So all their luck modifiers, all the leadership modifier comes in, and for this tribe, for this challenge, Salute is coming up with a 0, so they're not getting any pluses or minuses. This I didn't copy and paste properly, so I'm gonna put that here. Tua Tatui Tui Tatui is got a +2 modifier for this challenge, so all these people are gonna get a +2 bonus. Over here in Sangoon, they got a +3 modifier, and Talatama got a +4 modifier. When one person finishes, let's say Salute finishes 2, and all the other ones are still going. We'll keep track of how many rounds we're going to keep going with the other one, and we'll put that in these little boxes called an early round number. So that's how many extra rounds that tribe will get. We've gotten away with time math. Time math was fucking stuff up, so we're going to be doing it a little bit more efficiently. Obviously, one of them will not need an early round modifier because they're the last one to finish. So, who is your favorite to get through the A-frames first? Who do you believe in?
Hmm. I'm gonna go. Let's say young men tribe. I feel like young men they're gonna come out here with a lot of energy, really excited for their first challenge. A lot of testosterone and energy going. They'll get over those A-frames pretty quick.
You believe in the young man. I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to say the old bats, the old battle axes. I think the ladies are going to get this one done, and they're going to get it in quick. But we'll
Hey,
find out.
careful what you call those. Like, all right, careful what you
Listen,
call those ladies there, Indigo.
I am a lady, and as a lady, I can say whatever the hell I please. Are you ready for the first set of data, Tony?
I am ready.
All right, let's get it in. Our first set of data. Oof, we got a couple zeros, Tony, from these ladies. This is
Oof, that
not.
was might
This
not have
is
been the
not
pick.
good. So, Tori, Miss Cheyenne, she hurdles through no problem, and Christy Joe also makes it across barely. Dolly Don smashes over. So we
You
got
guys must, you guys must have put a fish on that the other side there with
was
how
a
easily Tori
fish.
got over there.
There was a fish. Out of this next group, we got we got what we would call the old biddies. We got a couple more people to cross. Let's see the data in here. We got Soleil crossed over. We got Danny. And that's it.
Okay,
We got two get over here. All right.
so your pick is yeah, your picks
Oh,
they
that's
got at
actually
least a
not true.
couple.
We got to put the math in ourselves. So we got three across. These ones plus three is not going to help these other two, so I'm not going to put it in. For
All right, well, your ladies are they have three over. That's better than
that's
the
not
first.
bad. That's not bad. Let's get the data in here. We got
Two.
plus two, so the ones who didn't cross didn't get close enough. So we got Tricky with the highest score in the challenge so far, a 20. We got Kyle Wild crossing with a 12, and we got Nathan crossing as well. So Crow and
So
Chuck struggled a little bit.
another three though, getting over.
Oof, they're trying their best. And I actually got to go to the other another page. We got too many for our one roller. Go to the other page for this. Hold on,
Too many tribes, too
oh,
many.
it's gonna be hard. We're gonna be
I'll just
hard
get rid of one of these.
pressed for a little
I'll just
bit.
get
Oh,
rid of
you
one of
want to
these
get rid of the
tribes.
whole tribe, Tony? That is intense. I never heard of such a thing. I'm gonna send them all to tribal council. Um.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get that data in here. This is all these numbers gonna be plus 4. So if anybody's within 4, we will add it. Okay, so everybody crossed except for young Corey, the rabbit boy. Um.
Oof.
All right, so this is not so bad. Everybody's
I,
got
w-
multiple crossings in our
I would have
first
thought
round.
the rabbit would be able to get over an A-frame pretty easily,
You
but
thought, yeah, I
hey,
would think a rabbit could hop. Um,
me
but let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Talatama with the second attempt. So this is nobody's going except for Corey. We're just looking at Corey. Corey is gonna get his number put in, but then we're gonna get a +4 tangible mod, and then a +4 from his tribe mate. So unless he gets another negative number, if he even rolls a 1, our man Corey is gonna get through. Do you think Corey rolled a 1 or higher?
I think he's got it.
He didn't do it by much. He got a 3, but 3 plus 8, he's gonna cross.
All right.
All right,
That's
so let's go back. Let's go back.
one tribe over the frame, the first frame.
All right, so looking at this, let's get another roll on this sheet. All right, so we're gonna go to I think the young men. We'll do the young men first. Um, who's shooting here? We got Ron. We got Crow, and we got Chuck. So I'm gonna put in Crow's number first. Let's look at Crow. He's right here. So Crow rolled a 3. Let's take a glance. It's not over for him yet. 3 might be enough. So first
So he gets
thing,
a plus
Crow's gonna get
five,
+2
correct?
right here.
Yep.
So it goes to 5 right away. And then he gets a +1 for Tricky, a +1 for Nate helping him, a +1 for Kyle. So he goes from 5 to 8. He crosses.
Yeah, +5 for him.
Crow, he's a great man. He crosses at the same time. But we still got to get Chuck across. How do you think young Chuck did over here?
Now the question here that some people may have before we go to Chuck,
Yeah.
now that our friend Kuro made it over, does he also help Chuck on this
He
or no
does it
because of
on
his
this
own?
one because it's happening at the same time. If
That's
Chuck
kind of what I figured.
fails, he would get help from Chuck from the next one. But
Just figured
we
we'd
don't
clear
need
that
to
one up. Yep.
worry about that because Chuck got a 13 on his own. So Chuck didn't even need no help.
Yeah, there we go. Good job, Chuck.
So now let's go to our girls, the older squad. We got Soleil crossed, Danny crossed. So we need Ronnie, Faye cross, and Sunbeam cross. So we're going to put in
Come on,
Ronnie
Sunbeam.
first. Ronnie got another negative number, unfortunately.
Oof.
Ronnie's struggling on this A-frame. So, but let's see.
She
She
does get a
+3.
+6.
So she goes to a 1 just off that. And then she gets another +3. So she's a 4. That is not enough to cross. Ronnie's going to be there. Do you think Sunbeam also struggled to cross?
Sunbeams with the +6. Sunbeam has got this.
Sunbeam says keep your +6. I got a 12 over here.
Oh, didn't even need the +6.
Didn't need it.
There you
Didn't
go.
need it.
We'll add to help out Miss Ronnie now, Sunbeam.
Sunbeam will be there. And now we're back up to the young ladies. The young ladies need Riley over. They need How do you say this name, Tony? The Russian.
Elsbeth.
Elsbeth. They need Elsbeth over. What do you think Riley rolled on her second attempt?
Riley got a 4.
Oh, she did a little bit better than that. She got a 12.5, Tony.
Okay.
What about
hey, the 4 would have
Elspeth?
done this. Elspeth got a 4.
She got a 7.5, and she's not getting any intangible bonus, but with her help
She had a
from
couple
Riley, not
helpers.
Riley, she got Dolly Dawn, she got Christy Joe, and Tori helping her. That becomes a 10. She
Tori.
is crossed. So all the tribes except for one, Sangoon, is the only tribe stuck on the first round. So for this next set, we're going to get the whole set in for Salute. We're going to get the whole set in. I probably did. Now that I see how I set this challenge up, I didn't even have. I did that a little bit wrong. That's funny, but that's okay. We're going to get. Salute's going to be here. Tatua's going to be here. And Talatama's going to be here, but Sangoon is still going to be rolling there waiting for sweet, sweet Battle Axe Ronnie. Let's see. This is a higher frame. This is 12. How many of these young girls you think are going to have gotten 12?
I think we're going to get 2.
It's not 2, Tony. It's not even 1. Every one of them did not cross.
They need that intangible modifier, it looks like.
The intangible modifier would help them, but unfortunately they don't even have a 1 in that. Let's hop over to Sangoon. Nope, Sangoon is not. Sangoon is only looking at one person, so I will stick with Sangoon here. So we're looking at Ronnie. Ronnie, she rolled a 1.5. So 1.5 plus 3 becomes 4.5 plus 4. So she got 8.5. Wow. That is close. That's a sliver. Not 85. 85 would be a record. She got over as she barely met that. She might struggle on this next one. But they will be there on this next roll. Let's go over to the Young Men's Tribe. How do you think the Young Men did their first times hitting that 12 DC?
I think they're all going to make it, and they're all going to hit the gritty after.
They're all what's a gritty? What's a gritty, Tony?
The TikTok kids, they're doing it.
So, Chuck does not cross, even with the +2 modifier. That's a negative number. Kyle Wilde with the +2 does not cross either. But Nathan gets our highest score so far of the challenge. He gets a 25.
He
Crow,
basically he basically the high jumped over that thing,
he high
man.
jumped. Crow, who struggled the first time with the 2 modifier intangible, he crosses right away.
Q rope.
Oh, Q Row's so good. And Tricky doesn't even need it. Tricky crosses. So we got 3 of them across. We got none of the young females. Now let's go to our aged gentleman. How would you have done if you had been on this more mature, more experienced tribe, Tony?
Oh man,
Would you
well,
fit
back
in?
in my days, I would have been on the younger man's tribe because back then I was a younger man. But
Oh,
these days, I would be on the older man's tribe probably. I think I would
okay.
do fine. I can get along with older gentlemen. I much like Chester chess. I've played chess in the past.
It looks like of the older men, the only one who didn't need the modifier to cross was Chess. He crossed on his own. Timmy with the modifier crosses. And Skylar with the modifier crosses.
Oh, they did well.
They did well. They got 3 across just like the young men did.
Hey,
Let's get the next set of data in here. So,
get it in.
this is big because this could be a chance to stretch the lead out a little bit.
Ooh,
So we are rolling only for Corey and Papa Jim. Oof. Looking at this data, neither of them did quite well. So Corey got a 0.5 and Papa Jim got a negative 0.5. It's not good. Okay, so there's no chance. Even with the boost, there's no chance that's hitting 12.
not at
Unfortunately.
all.
So they're stuck there. We'll go over here and get some data from the other people. So I'm going to start this off. On this side, we're getting it from the older women. All of these women, this is their first time trying to cross. So I'm just going to, they're going to get the modifier from their intangible, but they're not able to help each other. So Soleil, unfortunately, is not going to be able to cross even with her 3 modifier. Danny, 23, crushes it. Ronnie crushes it
Ronnie
with...
makes it.
What's up?
I said, yeah, Ronnie makes it, just barely.
Ronnie makes it. Faye makes it as well. Sunbeam and Soleil both are going to be rolling the next round for them. Going up to the young men's tribe, we are only looking at Chuck and Kyle Wilde. What do you think Mr. Wilde did here, Tony?
Hey, Kyle Wilde, he got to the top of the A-frame, and then he hit like some like weird pose, and he yelled hashtag Kyle Wilde, but then he jumped to the
Oh.
other side. So
Unfortunately, he got a 4.5, so that goes up to a 6.5, and he gets help from other people. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough help, and he is not crossing.
by the other side, I meant he fell back onto the side he started on. He got a little distracted.
Oh,
He
he
yelled
fell
hashtag Kyle
backwards,
Wilde,
did he?
and he fell backwards.
He
Yep,
got too
exactly.
wild, is what you're saying, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, he is Kyle Wilde. I
Oh,
mean, it's to
he's
be
wild.
expected.
It's to be expected. It really is. But not to be, I guess he is to be undone because Chuck over here got a 4. 4 plus 2 is 10, and then he had plus 3 from his friends, so he
Oh, not
got a
quite.
13.
Wait,
He, he
wait,
crossed.
they did have the intangible. I forgot about the
They
intangible.
had the intangible. And to the girls. None of the girls crossed the first time. Do you think the girls did better the second time?
Hmm? They have to. I mean, you can't be worse. There's no way you could be worse.
Well, I'm not certain about that, Tony, because I think every single one of them rolled worse.
Okay, well, you could be just as bad, but you can't be worse.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna get another set of data in here. Nobody is completely across, right? No. Everybody is trying to help the people who've been struggling. So we'll start with the young girls because they need all. Oh wow, this is a good roll for the young girls. This is a really good roll for the young girls. Let's see here. Okay, so Riley crosses on her own. Okay, so they don't have an intangible. So Riley crosses, Dolly Dawn crosses, Christy Joe crosses, and Tori C crosses. Only
Wow.
Elsbeth is needing help for the next round. But because all of her friends will be there, she's going to get a +4
She'll
to
get
her roll next time.
yeah, she'll get quite a bit of help, but we'll have to come back to them after in a little bit.
So we are only Chuck made it, so we're only rolling for Kyle Wilde over here. How do you think young Kyle did this time?
I think Kyle Wilde is going to go in with a renewed focus. He got a little too he was repping his brand a little too much on the last one. I think he'll make it
I
over, and
don't
then
know. He
he'll
got a 5.5, so he's got up one each time.
dang.
He's
So
got
11
up
and a half.
one each time. So that's a +2. That's 7.5 +4. Yeah, that's just under.
11 and a half. Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. Kyle Wilde will be rolling again.
Oh.
Okay, let's go down here. We are rolling for Soleil and Sunbeam. What do you think Soleil got?
I think Soleil got a 8.
Soleil got a 9.5.
Oh,
So
that was close.
what that means is, um,
The modifier, she gets it.
yeah, even without her friends helping her, just with the modifier, the normal modifier, she crosses. So what's the number we're shooting for at a Sunbeam? A 3
Mm,
plus a 3, so a 6. So anything within 6 or higher, Sunbeam crosses.
I think she gets a 6 on the dot.
You believe in her, huh?
Oh yeah. How could you
Unfortunately,
not? How could you not believe in Sun? Oh,
she didn't do as well this time. So they're going to be rolling next time just for Sunbeam. Now we're down to these brothers, right? Yes,
So
we are.
they don't get the intangible on the second row there.
Thank you for your help, Sarah. What's going on?
Do they get the intangible mod for the second
They do.
and was that 3.5 including the +3?
No, the 3.5 is just her roll by herself. So
Hmm.
3.5, and then the
Oh
+3
yeah, and
goes
then the
to
12. Yeah. Okay.
6.5, and then she had 3 helpers to 9.5 total.
I see. Okay.
Unfortunately, ugh, I wanted it. I wanted it for the sunbeam, the beam of sunshine, but not this
so we're
time.
looking Papa Jim and Corey for this one.
Papa Jim and Corey. So, Papa Jim, whoa, that's a good roll for Papa Jim. Papa Jim gets an 8.5. So, just with the intangible 4, that's enough. He didn't even need the help of the other 3.
You mean I put that on the third row there, sir?
Yeah, you're right. And then that's 12 with just is intangible. So what number are we looking for, Corey? What does Corey need to get?
Oh man, so I think Corey, I think we'll get a 7, which will make it for him.
Unfortunately, he did not get a 7. He did get a 2.5. He did get a 2.5. +4, 6.5 plus. So he got 9.5.
So not quite.
Not
He's
quite
going
over. Not quite over. So nobody is done. Am I right with this?
First, no, Elspeth didn't finish. Never mind.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
stick
nobody's done.
with Talatama for the first roll, and then we'll see. So we're just looking at Corey. Corey's gonna get a +8 to his roll here. What do you think Corey rolled? It's his highest number yet. Is it
Ooh,
enough?
his highest number yet. Oh yeah, he's got this. It's
I'm gonna
enough.
go back to the first. No, I'll go to the last one. He got a 6.5 +4 +4. He got 14.5. He crosses
All right, tell
the
it, Selma.
Talatama is gonna be in the third and final A frame. Will
Look
anybody
at
be joining them this turn?
Look at Chester
That's
Chest's smile right now. He looks stoked.
He's so proud. He just said king to queen's pawn. Oh, fuck. He said some chess thing is what he said. Oh, he's so happy.
Yep.
Who would you like to see of these next three? The people. Who would you want to see first? Sangoon.
Let's
Who do you want to look at?
let's go ladies. Either one. Either ladies.
Let's go the
Ladies
young
first.
ladies. For the young ladies, we are rolling for Elspeth. Everybody else crossed. Elspeth is going to get a plus. She has a 0 intangible, but she's going to get a +4 from her friends. Elspeth,
All right.
do you think
She
she
got a
crossed?
I think she got a 7 and just barely misses it.
She gets a 9.5 plus
Ooh.
4, 13.5. The young women and the mature men are both going to be on the third A-frame. What about
All right.
the young men? What do you
Young
think they're
men?
gonna be doing?
I mean, Kyle Wilde really needs to lock it in. If he wants to get these sponsorship deals down and like, I don't know if he's like with Jewel or like who he's with right now, but he's got to get the over this dang A-frame. He's embarrassing himself at this
So,
point.
if I told you there's a 2 in his role, what would you think his role was, Tony?
A 2,
There's at least one 2 in there
2.5.
somewhere. He did have a 2.5. Fortunately for him, he had a
12.5.
22.5.
Oh, okay.
He had a
Okay.
22
See, this time he
What?
jumped over it. He must have been focused.
He was focused this time. He was
Somebody gave him
focused.
his ADHD medicine, apparently.
Oh, he was distracted before. So the only tribe that might not be over is the mature women's. We have 2 people for the mature women's. So each one of these women is going to get a +3 from their friends and a +3 from intangible for a +6 to their roll. Would you like to see first? Sunbeam, or would you like to see Soleil?
Gotta go with Sunbeam. Got you.
Sunbeam secured herself. Oh, wrong place. Her best roll yet, 9.5. Tony.
Oh, okay. Okay, Sunbeam.
Sunbeam. That becomes a 15.5. Sunbeam's over.
Sunbeam.
What about Soleil? How do you think she did?
Soleil, ole.
Oh, she's
Soleil.
incredible.
I think she's got it. I believe in Soleil, ole.
Soleil did even better. 14.5 natural she crossed. Did not need an intangible on this one. Everyone, we are tied up. We're all attacking this at the same time.
Back up.
Oh, it's an incredible thing. It's really incredible. Now that you've seen 2 A-frames, who's your pick to finish strong, Tony?
Oh man, I gotta go with my gut. I'm sticking with my pick.
You're sticking with your pick. I'm going to drift away from my pick. I have not been impressed with how my pick has been doing. I am switching to... You know what? And I'm sticking with him. I believe in him. I believe in these
The biggest struggle, the biggest struggle with my pick has been Kyle Wilde because he had to get in some sponsorship ads and stuff. But if you see his best roles have been like some of the best out of anybody. So
Kyle has the potential. I'm gonna put the young men's in first. Kyle Wilde's over. Kyle Wilde with a 19.5 +2. Oh, he crushed.
that's how these kids are these days. They get the little ADHD spurts, and then now he's refocused, and he's
So
jumping over these
Tricky
days.
and Kyle did it without the modifier, and Nathan did it with the modifier. I'll put it in there. So Wild Crow and Chuck will be rolling again. They're going to get a +2 and a +3. They're going to have +5 to their next rolls. Would you like to see the older ladies or the younger ladies first, Tony?
Let's go with the older ladies this time.
Oh, just a little bit, huh? Just a little bit.
Let's go with the older ladies.
We got Sunbeam, who's been our biggest
Sunbeam.
problem. And she crushes it out on her own, 17.5.
That's a good roll.
Both Danny and Ronnie with the +3 modifier are going to cross.
Okay. That's a heck of a start for
Faye, oh, so close. Faye
the
is
old
going to come
ladies.
to 13.5 and just come under, and then Soleil is going to need some help too.
Yeah, Soleil's struggled here, but
She struggled.
now that she has the help of her friends, she might make it.
She might be have enough. How many, if any, of the older men do you think are going to make it with one try, Tony?
How many, if any, of the older men? I think. You know what? I got faith in the older men. Let's go three.
I think that's the right number, actually. Skylar's 17 does it without the modifier. Timmy's 15 does it without the modifier. Papa Jim, oh, and Corey both
No,
are going to
just
come
barely
just
missed it.
short.
Yeah, two.
13
Yeah,
5.
only two people got it.
Only two. That's heartbreaking. That's
Dang.
heartbreaking. But we're sticking with them before we go to
Good
the
thing.
next round.
Good thing. I had my second mortgage bet on that, but the bet didn't go through. So good
Did we
thing.
not get the young women in?
No, we did not do the young woman.
Oof, my bad. I apologize. I almost skipped somebody. Let's go back. Salute. Okay. Dolly Dawn crosses on her own. Tori C crosses on her own. Christy Joe crosses on her own.
Oh, man.
Riley, oof, and Elspeth
And
both
Elspeth.
did not
All right,
cross.
so the young ladies were the ones that got three.
Young ladies got three. Young ladies got three. We'll stick with the young ladies for the first of the second
And
round.
and the young men. Young men got three too.
So Elspeth found herself with a higher roll. Is it going to be high enough? Yes or no, Tony?
No. No, I don't think so.
It is. Well, I shouldn't say it so definitively. It's 8.5. Oh, it's not. 8.5 plus 3. That's not enough. Oof, that's not enough. You were right, Tony. You were right. And unfortunately for Riley, she is also still struggling. Neither of them
Ooh,
crossed.
tough.
That's tough. That's tough. Let's go with Sangoon. Let's see what Sangoon's got. So, who we rolling with on Sangoon? We need Faye and we need Soleil. Who would you like to see first?
All right, let's go Soleil this time. We went Sunbeam last time.
Soleil got a 10.5. I'm sorry, 7.5. I lied. I was doing
Oh,
10.5 with I did the math in my head. So 10.5 there plus 13.5.
not enough.
Oh man. Sorry,
Soleil
sis.
it just keeps barely slipping right out later. She's about to get over.
But fortunately, just looking at that math, um, this is gonna be enough for Faye because she rolled one higher, 8.5, and that is a plus 3 becomes 11.5, plus 3 becomes 14.5. She's through. They are just needing Soleil. So Soleil's going to get an extra bonus this time from her friend.
All right. See, yeah, that's what Soleil needed. If Soleil would have had that going in the last round,
Would
she'd
have
be
been
over.
enough. So we're looking at Chuck and we're looking at Crow. Which one of them do you think had the better roll?
I'm gonna go with Crow.
You are right.
Kuro.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's his name, Tony?
Kuro.
Oh,
Crow.
I don't know. Q man.
Crow.
So
Crow.
he got a plus 2. That's 9.5 plus 3. He got 12.5. Crow is not over. And
Oof.
if that's not enough, I can guarantee you Chuck's not enough because Chuck
Yeah, guaranteed
rolled
Chuck.
another
Yeah.
negative.
Oof. Come on, Chuck. Pick it up.
Sorry, Chuck. Pick it up, Chuck. So who we rolling
Wait,
for on this?
you probably can't use that with we can't use that with a Chuck because then it turns into Upchuck. That's no good.
Oh, we can't say. I apologize, Chuck. Mr. Chuck. I apologize. So, we're looking
Look
at
at this.
Corey.
The Talatama.
So Papa Jim he got 10.5. I think Papa Jim is crossing. I do not think either of the other ones are. So Papa Jim, yeah, even with just the modifier,
Even with the
without his
modifier,
friends,
yeah.
Papa Jim
He made it.
crosses. But Mr. Chess rolled a 2. I do not think
Oof.
Chester crosses. That's
Come
16
on,
plus
Chester.
3. No,
Yes.
6 plus 3 is not going to be enough. And who is the other one we're looking at? Corey?
Corey.
Yeah, Corey,
Yep.
definitely. It's a negative number, so
Oof.
he's not crossing.
Oof. Pick it up.
So
Talatama needs to pick it up.
we still have so looks like Sangoon is the closest to finishing. Sangoon only needs one person. Everybody else needs 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stay here with Talatama because they got their own page. Before I go to the other one, so we're looking at we're looking at chess. Oh, well, I can tell you this, chess cross, Tony. There is no question about this. Chess got a natural 17.
All right, chess. Hey, some people are playing checkers. He's playing chess.
He's playing chess. We're also looking at Corey. Do you think Corey had a better roll or a worse roll?
I think Corey had a better roll than last roll.
He did not have a better roll. He had a negative.
I figured it couldn't get much worse, but I was wrong.
You were wrong. I'm just gonna, for the listening audience, he rolled a natural 1. If you want to do the math, you can figure out what his modifier is. It's not good. I can tell you this much. Let's go back to the other ones. So who you want to see first, Tony?
Let's go. I feel like we have been away from Salote for a while. Let's go back up to Salote up there.
With Salote, we're looking at 2 people. We're looking at Riley and we're looking at Elspeth. I can tell you right now, for guarantees, one of them did not cross. Looking at this number, which one do you think for sure is still rolling?
Elspeth.
You are right. Elspeth rolled a negative number. She is not crossed. But her sister in arms, her friend amongst all friends, did cross. On her own, without assistance. Riley got a 14 and a half.
Really, Riley. There she goes.
Oh, she's incredible. She's incredible. What do you think of a woman with the last name Herring? Is that attractive to you as a potential mate?
You know, I can't put too much thought into that. It just makes me think of red herring for some reason.
Oh, I don't know why. But what I do know is if you marry you, her last name's Mastermind, Tony. That's how it works. So, let's go to the young men's. We're looking at Crow and we're looking at Chuck. What do you think they did?
I think Crow makes it over, but I'm not sure with Chuck.
Well, one of them rolled a 9.5. Which one do you think it is?
Chuck.
Unfortunately, it's not Chuck. It is Crow. Let's see if that's enough. 9.5 plus 2 is 11.5. Plus 3 friends, Crow made it over.
Just barely.
Just barely, but it was enough. He got over. Yep. Unfortunately for Chuck, he got a 2. And that's not enough to get over.
All right, well, now he has one extra friend helping him out there.
He does.
He's going to need one of his 13s that he got last day for him.
He needs some help. And we're down to Sangoon, correct?
Yes.
Who are we rolling for? Wow.
We are rolling for Saleh.
Wow. She crosses. I'm going to say it to you like this. She crosses.
That puts them as the first ones to make it through the A-frames.
What we still got? Oh, that's it? That's all we needed?
Yeah. FaZe had a 14.5 last time.
Okay, so let's remember this. From this point on, each time we roll, we have to. So right now, it's that I'm gonna go ahead and put it right now, but it's gonna change. They have one more roll than anybody else because they crossed. If the other people don't cross, that number is gonna go up. Does that make sense to you, Tony?
You had a little bit of a cutout, but yes, they have one early roll because they are one above everybody else,
And that
basically.
number can continue to increase. Um,
Hmm.
so, okay, so let's get the next set of data in here.
Essentially, how that'll work, I'm assuming, is so we go through all the rest of the three. If they still don't hit, that would turn into a two.
Yep, 100%.
Got it.
100%. I just think it's better than trying to do time math.
Yep.
Um, so let's stick with the top. We're going to go Soleil. Not Soleil, but Salute. We're only looking for Elspeth. What did you think Elspeth got?
Elspeth got a 7.
She did. I'm pretty sure she's crossing. Elspeth got an 11.5.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, that's enough. It's got to be enough, right? Because she has 4 friends.
Yep. That's a 15.5. She crosses. Um,
All right.
let's go
So
down
they
to
don't necessarily earn a 1 yet, but
no.
they
If they're the
are
only one who
finished.
cross, not even their only one. If one of these tribes does not finish, they will get a 1 as well, and the other people get a 2. If everybody else finishes right now, nobody else will get another number, and only Sangoon will get a 1. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, you're coming in and out a little bit again, but
Uh oh.
yes, nobody
Uh
else will
oh.
get a yeah.
All right, so let me get this next set of data in there before it breaks on us. I don't. We're still going through. I don't need a re-roll. I just need to put the numbers in. Okay.
Yep,
Um,
yeah, we're
we
going
need
to
Tua. Okay, so we're looking at
Tui
Chuck.
Tui to Tui,
Chuck got an 8.
which is a
So
10 with the intangible,
yeah,
which is a 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah,
let's
that's yeah.
go. He got it in. So the young men, the young women, have crossed. Sangoon has already crossed. So now we're just looking at Corey. We got to see if Corey can have gotten it done. Well, I'll say it to you like this: Corey rolled one of the biggest numbers I've seen Corey roll in a while.
Okay, so we made it, obviously.
I don't know. It's gonna come down to the math. He got a positive number. He got a positive 6.5.
Oh gosh.
So let's see. That's
So
plus
he's a
4
10,
for the
10 and a half
intangible
after the modifier, yeah.
and 4 helpers. He
Yeah,
crossed.
14 and a half.
Okay. So everybody,
So the only people that keep that +1 is just the one tribe.
it's the one tribe. So everybody else starts at the same time. And
Just Danny Faye and Saleh.
so I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna get one roll in just for them. Nobody else will get this. I guess let me explain it. So we have gotten all the tribes across the A-frame. And now we're breaking into 2 teams. A team of 3 is for each buddy. Let me just read it. 2 members will advance to the third and final stage. So, for Tui to Tui, Kyle and Crow are waiting to solve a puzzle. Elspeth and Riley are waiting to solve the puzzle for the young women. For Sangoon, Sunbeam and Ronnie are waiting to solve the puzzle. And for Talatama, Papa Jim and Corey are waiting to solve the puzzle. But up here, we got Skylar, Timmy, and Mr. Chess pulling this hard pieces of this hard box of chess pieces, this heavy box. We got Tricky, Nathan, and Chuck. We have Faye, Daddy, and Soleil, and we have Christy, Joe, Tori, and Dolly Don. With this team right here, who are you the most confident in crossing?
So we're starting on the teams of 3. I'm gonna go. You know what? I think Skylar, Timmy, and Mr. Chess. It's at this point tying ropes. Well, I don't know. Heavy crate and puzzle pieces. I think I would have put Mr. Chess on the actual puzzle. So
You would
I'm not
think,
too
but
sure
Mr.
there.
Chess decided this is where he needs to be.
Oh man, I don't know about that. You know what? I'm gonna stick with my. Let's go, young ladies this time.
Go with young ladies. Did you notice this little box right here is called OM?
Oh, okay. Well, that might change my opinion here, actually.
This little box is gonna be how we're gonna modify these rolls. This is called the obstacle mod. It's pretty. It's essentially working the same as this up here. So
Okay,
we're
so
gonna get the
Danny
number in,
Faye
and then
and
this
Soleil
changes.
are the early favorites.
Yeah, just for the record. But let's get the first one in. So Sengun gets a roll on their own. Sengun is gonna get to start here. They're getting a 24.5. And just let me slide over. Everyone's shooting for 130. Once you hit
Yep.
130 or above, you're done with this obstacle. So they get their first roll in. They start with 24, and now everybody gets to join them. What do you think
Yep.
about that
Pulling this.
first roll? Is that an impressive roll to you, Tony?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, hey, they're pulling these heavy crates. They're making it happen. That's a pretty big heave right
Except
there.
for
They got
I
the little bit
already
of.
did something wrong. That is a 31.
Okay, well, yeah, that's even better.
Yep. So I
It's
got to
a
put that modifier in. All right.
31 and a half. Okay,
31
yep.
and a half. All right.
Oh yeah, yeah, because the plus 7. Got it. 10-4.
All right. So we're going to get everybody's in before we get. Well, I guess that's not true because the one's on another screen. We're going to get two of these in first, and we'll go back to them.
Yeah,
One
yeah, they
of
get the extra
these
roll.
did really well. One of these did not so well. Um, who do you want first?
Hmm. I think it makes the most sense for everybody's brain just to do Danny Faye and Salah because they got that early roll.
Okay. Let's get them in there first. +7.
That
Oh,
way we establish just from the onset that that's what they had.
okay, so that's their roll. Let's get the roll in for Salute. It's not good.
Cool.
It's it's really not good. I can say this.
And I mean, whatever it is, you're gonna have to subtract it by one as well.
They got 3. They got 3 and a half.
That's the kind of tribe that's gonna keep us here all day.
That's they're gonna be over here for a while. And for the young men, we got 15 minus 1. Okay, so let's roll over. Let's roll over here,
Skylar, Timmy, and Mr. Chess.
and let's see what our gentlemen do. Our gentlemen got a 12
Okay,
plus
plus 4
4.
though. Yeah.
They got a 16. So we got a dead heat for second. We got a Sangoon far out in the lead, and then we got a distant fourth. But
Hustling over those A-frames really helped our older lady tribe there.
it definitely helped. It definitely helped. Okay, so we're gonna before we go to the next page, we're gonna get the next roll in. It's actually the same roll, so nope, because it +4. They got a good day. They're picking up the pace.
Yeah, that's a much better one.
It
Yeah,
is
that's
much better. Another
stick on that
person
page.
who got a much better roll was Salute.
Okay.
This time they got a 13 and a half.
Hey, that is much better.
That is
Agreed.
much better.
12 and a half, but yes. Okay.
Unfortunately, not such a better roll for our younger gentleman
Uh-oh. 14 and a
because
half was pretty solid, though. There's a lot to. It's hard to beat 14 and a half.
they got a 9.5, and
9.5 down to 9.5. Got it. And
our
then now, our elderly ladies.
23.5 +7.
They are out for blood right now. They're trying to put this challenge away.
They're pretty good at this. Let's say they're pretty good at this. But I will say, going down here, No, never mind. That's a lot tighter than I remembered it being. I was trying to give some optimism to the other ones. There's no optimism. You guys got to really pick it up, or it's
Pick it
gonna
up.
be over. Let's get to the next set of data. Well, I think we're seeing our first stumble out of
Oh,
the older women.
okay.
We're seeing our first. I mean, it's you could call it a stumble, I guess. It's not really all that much of a stumble, but
I mean, hey, you're pulling heavy puzzle pieces and everything. The stamina it takes, I get it. You're gonna get tired after a while.
they get a 14 and a.
Oh yeah, yeah. The +7. That's crazy.
The uh, the young ladies got their best roll. They also got a 14 and a half, but theirs is going down.
-2.
Hold on. Oof, that's unfortunate. The young gentlemen. Oof, that is not a good roll. They got a
It's
four
the
and a half.
Miami Vice gentlemen
Uh, the Vice Squad are
with those
struggling.
colors. The Miami Heat Vice.
They got a four and a half minus.
-1. Yeah.
Uh, that's
These
okay.
-1s are just on low rolls. They just feel like a slap to the face for
It
sure.
does
It's
feel a little insulting. And
adding
coming over
insult to them.
here, unfortunately, this is not quite the role we were looking for. I mean, it is their best role, I guess, so that isn't bad. Oh, it's not the second best role, but it is not quite closing the gap. 19.
Okay, not terrible, not terrible. Not their worst, but not their best.
Let's get our next set of data in here. We got a 14 plus 4. 73.
Okay.
Let's go over to these other people. We got a. Okay, it's not a bad roll out of the ladies, the young ladies.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hop over to.
I mean the young
Um,
men, I believe.
oh, I'm sorry, I just put that in the wrong spot. It's not theirs. I put that in the wrong spot. That
Okay.
belongs over
Yep.
here.
Yep. Young ladies, then. Okay. Perfect.
And they have the same negative, so I don't actually got to change that.
Yep. Yep. That still went from 15.5 to 14.5. Yep.
The young men got a. Okay, it's not bad. The young men, he actually did a little bit better. 16.
Okay. Yeah. They hey one up from the young ladies' last roll. Now we
And
gotta go back to our elderly ladies. They're trying to close it out here.
they actually stumbled. This is their worst roll of the night.
Oh, they're giving the older gentleman a chance.
They're letting somebody close. I guess it's actually the same roll they got last time when you factor in the math. 7.5 plus 14.5. So they can close it out next time. They can very
Yes, sir.
easily
Yeah.
close it out next time.
Especially if they get that first roll again.
Yeah. But let's get it in. Let's get this next set of data in there. Okay. Want to get them first?
Yeah, sure. See if they close it out.
They do not, I don't think. It's their worst roll yet.
6.5.
13.
Yeah, 13.5.
They
Not
did
quite.
not close. The young ladies, Salute, got.
Hey, let's see it. Okay.
And
9.5
the
after the minus.
young gentlemen pulled a almost about as best as they can. This is one of the strongest performances possible for the young gentleman. Um,
So 14.5 turning into 13.5. All right. And then lastly, we need the older gentlemen who are trying to close back the gap on our older ladies. They're
The
trying.
older
They're pulling with all their
gentlemen.
might. Don't pull anything, older gentlemen.
Please, older gentlemen, do not hurt yourselves. There's a lot left in the tank for
Yep.
y'all.
I hope you guys stretched before this.
You want a quick stretch out of them, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think we need them to stretch.
They got 18.
All
Let's get their
right.
next
So they're
roll for them.
closing the gap a little bit. I think the older ladies are going to close it out here. So,
They almost certainly are going to close it here. But we're going to get the lab before we go to that screen. We're going to get another set of data from the older gentleman.
yeah,
They're on
let's
this.
just do everybody else first. If they close it out, you know.
Well, there is another stage still.
Well, I'm just saying if they close, I know that. I'm just saying if they close it out, then if they're going to be waiting to see if they get any more early rolls.
It is true. So we have a 19.5, Tony. Who do you think pulled it out of the remaining three?
19. So, oh, okay. Well, yeah, you did. Okay, so 19.5. Let's go. Young men.
Unfortunately, that is not the young men. It belongs to the young females.
Okay, young
Salute.
ladies. It's their best roll yet.
It's their best roll.
Wait, I thought you said it was a 20. Did you say it was a 20.5 or a 19.5?
19.5 before the modifier.
I misunderstood. Got it.
For the young men, we got a pretty good roll. I mean, it's not bad. It's one of the best they could do.
14.5 after the modifier. Okay. I mean, hey, they are neck and neck with the young ladies.
Do you think there's any chance that the older ladies have not closed here, Tony?
I mean, they have a +7, so I think there is 0% chance.
Well, you're right that they closed, but I think they did about as best as possible to not close as they
Yeah,
could have.
modifier. They're saving grace.
They they did just about what they could to help. I'm sorry, why didn't that work?
All right. They sure did try not to close, but they did. They closed.
So we're gonna start with a 1 here for them.
All right. Everybody else has to take at least one more roll, so agreed. I actually very easily predict them getting a 2 here.
Oh, it's gonna be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're gonna get a 2, just because they're gonna keep counting until these two cross.
Right. I mean, no matter what, they're going to get a 2. I just mean I think they're going to get to 2 before Skylar, Timmy, and
Oh,
Mr.
you don't
Chessie.
even think you don't believe in the older brothers?
That's a tough roll.
All right. Well, we're not quite at the older brothers yet. We got to see what the other tribes do. We have out of Salute, we have a 17. Comes a 16. And we have
The young men.
young men. They're down here. They have a 16. These guys are
Okay.
kind of dead heating it.
That's what I'm saying. They're like right on each other's tails.
They're doing decently. Now we gotta hop over here to our refined gentlemen. They got a 13. It's one of their, I guess, +4. Oh, so close.
So close. So I mean, I think it was pretty obvious they were going to get a +3 anyway. But now they're going to get a, they're going to get it before anybody even gets to them.
Oof. They might finish this one before anybody else can
Yeah,
have a
that's
prayer.
going to be tough.
So the older gentlemen are gonna close right now.
Yep, that's a close.
So I do not think it's possible for either of these two to close right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a 1 here. If
Yeah.
I am wrong, I will take that out. But I got to change pages, and I think
Yeah, there's
both
no
of them are going to
possibility of them
be
closing on this one right here, at least.
Okay. Let's get that data in. Wow, that's an incredible roll. The young ladies pulled a 19.5 minus 1. It's an 18. The young gentleman pulled a 17. Nope, that's not one. They pulled a 14.5 minus 1. For 100. Okay, so
the only thing is now we've already added the +1 for the older gentleman,
yeah,
but we do have to give an extra one to the older ladies
right now
at this
before
point.
I put any data in.
Well, you just roll because what you did, right? You pre gave the older gentleman the +1 because knowing that they would have to roll one, but we did not pre-give an additional one to the older ladies, did we?
The only reason I don't think that's so is because looking at these rolls, see the old ladies, Sangoon has this many. They only have one more roll than them.
Well, they also had an early roll here too.
Okay, so Andrew, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the mature lady tribe should have had, so they got to +2
Uh-huh.
in their early roll before the older men tribe had
Correct. So
finished.
now they're at +3.
So I should put it before I put more data. They get a 3.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, thank you both.
That's the only confusing part about adding that +1 to prior to because we didn't do it
All
at
right,
the same time.
appreciate you.
Yep.
All right. Um, let's get this next set of data in. We got a 19.5. No, that's the last set of data. Okay. We have a 17.5.
17.5 for the younger ladies. Okay, they're definitely closing next time, but then let's see. Hold the younger gentleman.
The younger gentlemen are getting a 16. So they could both close.
Yep. And then now our older gentlemen are going up to 2, and our older ladies are going up to 4. But quite the pace between the other two teams.
Yeah.
Man, pick it up, young guys. Like, what's
They
going
the
on here? You
young
guys are just,
these Zoomers don't understand urgency, Tony.
oh, yeah, these rookies, they got to pick it up.
They gotta pick it up. So, I don't think either of them are closing. I do
No.
not think either of them are closing. We got out of the young ladies. We got. Oh, maybe. Yo, they did. I didn't realize how close they were. Okay,
Oh
that's.
yeah. Long young ladies definitely were closing.
Okay.
Maybe not the young gentleman.
No, I don't think they did. No. Oh, it's a heartbreaking one. Oh no.
The modifier. Oh no.
Oh no.
So all this is gonna do is it's gonna add.
Oh
So the
man.
older gentlemen are gonna go up to 3 early rolls. The older ladies are gonna go to 5, and the young ladies are gonna go to 1.
Oh man. That is rough. That is a heartbreaking situation.
Yeah, that's a tough one for sure.
One only because of the negative modifiers. So, I mean, they can't not cross. They don't have a negative over. Oh, they do have a negative over modifier. Okay, so maybe they can not cross. They could get a 0.
Let's roll just to be
They
safe.
could get a 0. It is possible. They did not get a 0.
Okay.
Let's copy and paste.
All right. You would think the young men would have no problem pulling these heavy bags, but hey, they're not working these days. They got the they don't have hard working
So,
hands.
we're on the puzzle. How the puzzle works is everybody is they're shooting for this number that's right here, 30. The second attempt, they're shooting for 29. The third attempt, they're shooting for 28. Each attempt, it gets easier to finish. So before the older men even get to start, the older women are going to get to try for 30. They're going to get to try for 29. Does that make sense?
So let's say for example, I just need to finish. If
Yeah.
they come out and hit a 30, do they just win?
It's over. But yeah, it's over. If they hit a 30, it's over right away.
If you meet your DC, basically, you win essentially.
Yeah. It'll be completely over if they just come and hit this.
So what I say, just for drama's sake, well, I mean technically, for drama's sake, we should go with the people like that are lower rolls. But for like the most like what would actually make sense, it would be to go like the five of Sunbeam and Ronnie, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or at least until we get to Papa Jim
So
and
we're
Carl's
we're gonna get 2 rolls in there before Papa Jim and Corey get on the case. So
that makes sense. Yes, exactly. Kind of wind it down like that.
The first roll is gonna start us off. It's not that impressive. It's a 4 plus 11. They got a 15.
Oh man, hey, we got an excellent modifier here too. You're telling me, all right.
Yeah. This one's a little different. This one, we're getting flat rolls of 20. You're not going to see any 0.5s anywhere. We're getting flat rolls of 20, and their modifier is all here, if that makes sense. Because there's only 2 of them. I just put their mod. So let's just pretend, for example, Sunbeam had a modifier of 6, and that would mean Ronnie had a modifier of 5. With everything combined, it goes to 11. Does that make sense? Doesn't matter.
Yep.
You're just going to see whole numbers. Everything's going to be between 1 and 25. Every number I put in before the modifiers will be between 1 and 25.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Oh ho ho ho! Is this it? Is it over? It might be. It might be over. Nobody else might even start. 17 plus 11 is.
Nope. Just barely. Just barely.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So now we're getting Papa Jim and we're getting Talatama and Sangoon together. There's going to be 2 more rolls before Elspeth and Riley get on the case.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For Sangoon, we got a 12.
Plus 11. So not enough.
No.
They're getting closer.
Let's hop over here. Sangoon.
Papa Jim and Corey on this puzzle. Now they're joining the puzzle now.
Wow.
Welcome to the
Is
puzzle,
this the finish? Guys. What's their modifier?
Plus 12.
Wow.
We gotta see the number.
Let me check something real quick. Did I toggle this off? Ooh, I didn't toggle this off. Okay, that didn't count. I was about to be like, wait, they one-shotted this? That was gonna be really hard. Okay, nope, they still had bonuses. That's why. Okay, let me get a new set of data in here. Yeah, it's a significantly worse number, but it's still a good number. I mean, they still did really well. 26.
Yeah, 26 on that one.
Okay. So,
all right, and then back over to the Sunbeam and Ronnie.
So right now, they're not
joining us yet.
They're not joining us yet. So I'm gonna get, before I go back to the other screen, I'm gonna go ahead and get the older gentleman's number. And wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Wow. 30. Okay. So Talatama crosses. Now we got to see if Sunbeam and Rami can cross. If they could cross at the same time, will be a tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll it.
All they need is a 27 with a plus 11 modifier. So
they got a 14.
It's not enough.
25. Okay. So now we're gonna explain how this challenge works. Which should have done at the beginning. The winner of this challenge, which is Papa Jim and Corey, which is Talatama, are going to get to choose one of the 4 images that I posted in the server earlier. Those are
Did
the
we forget to
4.
mention? Did we forget to mention that you're playing for reward?
There's a reward involved here, and one of those rewards, the reward I would advise you to take, is a turtle. It's a golden, glorious turtle, and that is the
The,
tribal immunity idol. You
the
can pick
the tribal immunity turtle.
the immunity turtle. If you select this in your camp, which I assume you will, you guys will be protected from tribal council. You will not have to vote somebody out. The other 3 tribes, whoever do not end up with this turtle, will be going to tribal council, and they will all be voting out somebody. 3 people will be being voted out in week 1 from their tribe.
Yeah, immunity represents safety in this game, and safety is important.
In the other 3 images were something called Sherman's fire starting kit. There was something called the Cheyenne Ranch fishing kit. And there was something called the Lily Styles comfort set. Those are also up for grabs. Only the second place finisher will get to pick one of these other things. Now, obviously, Talatama could say, I need that pretty pink blanket and pillow set, and would leave the immunity up for grabs for the second place finisher if they want. The second place finisher could also say, you know what, I don't need immunity. I will go ahead and take a fishing set. That's their choice, and vote somebody out. I wouldn't make that choice, but that is how it's going to work. The other 2 rewards that are not chosen will be up for grabs in a future immunity challenge. Let's get the next set of rolls in, because the second place finisher is important.
Yes.
Right.
Right back to where we were. I believe we still had one additional roll from the older ladies, but I think this is the point where the younger ladies are joining us on this roll as well. Is that right?
Can we get confirmation about that?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so I'm going to get the younger ladies roll in first, just for a little drama. The younger ladies pulled a 14.
And they have a plus 14 modifier, so not quite enough then.
That's going to come just under. What do you think we got out of Sangoon?
Man, they have only beat 26 once. So that's not quite that's kind of disappointing for somebody that had such a big lead. I think they crossed the mark here. I think they'll pull it off. I don't think they're gonna choke that bad.
Not
Oh,
crossing
jeez.
the mark. They're not crossing the mark.
All right.
So
So
does this
now
mean that we
the
get
young
an
gentlemen are
attempt?
joining us. That is correct.
Everybody's alive now.
Yes, young gentlemen are
Okay.
now in it.
All right.
We may as well start with the young gentleman.
Well, are you sure you want to start with the young gentleman?
Let's start with the young ladies then.
Let's look at the young gentleman. What do you? What is your guess? They've been chopping at the bit. They have been struggling to
They come out and hit like a 7 or something.
got a what?
Oh god. Hey, plus 13, plus 13.
They got a 40. They got a 40.
Young gentlemen are just hoping you add the plus 13 quicker.
I apologize. But let's get back. Game face on.
All right, now we're back to the.
Who do you want to see, Sangoon, or do you want to see Salute?
Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Young ladies again.
The young ladies roll an 18. The young ladies cross.
That's enough. That's enough. Yeah. Now let's see if they can get tied.
What do you think we're gonna see out of Sangoon?
Oh man, let's see, because man, they just have had disappointing rolls on
They
this one.
haven't been doing that good.
I think they're gonna tie it. I think I gotta have faith they're gonna tie it.
They get a 28.
All right, hey, they tied it. So the young guys are out now.
They're out. They cannot get this second place finish. We're going to get one roll head to head between the young ladies and the older ladies, and the winner, Salute and Sangoon, and whoever rolls the highest with their modifier combined is going to be second place.
All right, that's big. I mean, hey, you still get comfort, or you get fishing, or you still
Maybe an immunity. You don't know.
yeah, tarp, whatever, yeah, or maybe immunity if the older guys don't pick the
I'm just going
immunity.
to put this in here because this is very funny for me. If the young men were in this, if there was a tie, they just rolled a 20, so they would have got a 33. Just putting that out there.
They were so close to coming back here. Look at that. See, never give up in Survivor.
I
They
guess
would have
they're not,
never
though.
give up in
That did
Survivor.
not happen. They're not involved. So between Salute and Sangoon. Okay.
Yeah,
So
just
I'm
saying.
looking
Like
at
if they
these two numbers. What's the difference in the modifier, Tony?
3.
Oh my God, we have another tie. Salute has a 12. I mean, I'm going to put him in there just in case I'm wrong. But Salute has a 12. So that becomes 26, right? 12 plus 14.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sangoon has a 15. That
That's a
becomes
26.
26. Oh my God. We're going to another tiebreaker.
Double overtime.
Double
Double
overtime.
overtime.
That's intense. Okay,
All
well,
right,
this
now,
is over. This is completely over. We have a champion.
okay,
Who has it? Who
okay.
got it done?
Man, I can't imagine the older ladies choked this away.
You don't
Gotta
think
be the
so?
older ladies. They did it. They gotta have done it.
Well, I just want to remind you what these other tribes, the other prizes are. One is called the Cheyenne Ranch Fishing Kit. And the other one is named after Lily Stiles and her favorite pillow that she won. Both of those have some kind of ties to the young ladies. You don't think they'd be inspired to claim something of a namesake?
They could be. Now you're making me want to go that way. But the old ladies had such a big lead that it would be such a shame if they don't get anything out of today.
The old ladies. Who do you want to see? I'll put one of the numbers in. Who you want? You know what? I'm going to put one
Okay.
number in from both.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a 6 in there for the young ladies, and I'm going to put a 9 in there for the old ladies, the Sangoon. Are there other numbers to go with this? Pre-modify.
Okay. Yeah, 16 and 19 is
You
my
think
guess.
that's what they got?
Yep.
One of these does not have another number to go with it. Does that change your opinion?
Of course. So 6 and 19.
That's what you think?
6 and 19. I'm
You
going.
are right. 6 and 19. So that becomes a 20, but it's not enough because the Sangoon gets a 30.
Dang, even without their modifier, they beat them.
Yeah, they beat that's right. Well, no, with the if they had no modifier and they had the modifier, it would have been 19 to 20.
Oh, they had 19. Yeah, never mind.
Wow. So what do you think of this epic, intense challenge, Tony?
Well, what a challenge. I mean, yeah, it came down to the wire. The older ladies had a heck of a lead there. The older men came out and they said, actually, we want the immunity. But overall, it was a great challenge. I think it was a good way to get the Survivor season started.
So
Appreciate
you
all the
think
effort from
it's,
everybody.
without question, the older gentlemen are picking immunity?
I mean, why would they not pick the immunity? You have to pick the immunity.
What
here,
if
don't
they're
you?
looking around and they say, one of these guys around here, what if they say, I know I'm safe. I know I'm not going to get voted off. And there's somebody here I don't really want to deal with no more. 24 hours was enough for me.
Safety is never guaranteed in Survivor. I mean, unless you actually earn immunity, I don't know why you'd throw that away. You'd be like Eric back in the day.
Who's Eric? I don't know who this is. This is only the third season of Survivor. We never had an Eric play.
Eric, my cousin Eric. He
your
made
cousin.
a really bad move.
He made a bad move one time?
at the family game of Survivor that we hosted.
Oh,
Yeah, he
you
made a
had a
really
little
bad move.
like a board game night.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, okay. Some pretty ladies, Pravarti and some other ladies talked him out of his immunity.
Yeah, yeah. Aunt Pravarti, she's good
On
at that.
Pravarti, sister Sari also is there.
Yeah, yeah. They're good at that.
Oh,
They're
good talkers.
you know, good
All right.
talkers.
Well, I appreciate you, Mastermind. Thank you for joining us. If Sarah Finley is still there, if she's not taking a nap with her robot, we appreciate you for showing up too.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Do we
Yeah,
have
I
a
appreciate
tagline
that.
to finish this off, Mastermind?
Hey, have a great night, everybody. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and hey, for whoever chooses the immunity, we have that for you. Everybody else, except second place, of course, I got nothing for you, and we'll be taking your flint.
Oh shit! Into this.